This week in gaming, GTA makes a weird deal with Netflix. Bautista might be Kratos, and so much more. This is the Nerd Cave News, and I am one of your illustrious hosts, Zach Dykes, joined by my good friend and co-host, Derek to the Daniel. Derek, how's it going, my man?
It's going pretty good, man. You know, like you kind of buried the lead there. It's been a weird week in news. Like all of our news stories is going to be something interesting to talk about, like especially at the end. But yeah, it's been a weird week. You know, we're still going to have a little sprinkle about some video game stuff, but we're back to talking about corporate speak again.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's in the quick hits or whatever, but the thing about sorry, I just got a text message. But the thing about like 360 games and all of that, like that came out where you could put in the disc and then you get a digital version of it, and I'm like, but then the disc won't work after that. It's like we're just trying
it's
to
like
get
a game. It's like the Switch 2 game key card, but with extra steps.
Yeah, I'm like, are we really just trying to get rid of like physical games completely?
Yes.
Like
apparently that's the move.
Did you not see what's happening over at PlayStation and how much hate they are getting?
But PlayStation don't care. They standing on 10 toes down, full chest out on business.
Yeah. Amy says, "Hello, boys."
See, I read that in the Crowley voice from Supernatural when he's like ever shows up to annoy Sam and him. Hello, boys.
But it's all in caps. So read it for me. Read it for me like it's written, Derek.
Hello, boys.
But if there's a crazy face, let's try it one more time from the top.
Hello, boys.
I like that. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. Will I keep making you do this?
A little. Probably.
Amy's like, you're both wrong. Read that for me, Derek. Read that for me.
You are both wrong.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. I might hire you, Derek. Maybe you become more than a half of the 1.5 person business.
I'll become a real boy eventually.
A real boy. I'm a real boy. Corporate daddy, let me be a real boy.
Oh dear. Oh dear. And we're already off the rails.
Well, apparently the last one was good. Of the good. Hello Boys was that's what I'm taking. But we're off the rails like a crazy train.
Already.
Like a crazy train, y'all. If you don't know, we are the Nerd Cave News. We come to you live each and every week, 7 p.m. Central Time on Thursdays, to talk about all the video game news that you need to know. One of us plays the games. The other one finds articles. I was trying to be nice, Derek. I was trying to be nice.
When?
Just then, I said, you find the articles. That's nicer than saying you're a poser, right? Right?
I guess.
Derek doesn't play video games.
Things you don't say.
Yeah, read between the line. Derek doesn't play video games, y'all. But he watches a lot of anime, so that does help our other stuff. So let's talk about what I've been playing, and I want to hear what you've been playing. Not Derek, of course, because Derek doesn't play video games because he is weak. He's weak constitution. Wow. He can't handle it. He can't handle the grind. He can't handle all of that. He's like, oh, but I watch One Piece. I got the grind.
I haven't watched One Piece in a while. Thank you very much.
Oh, even worse. You fell off the wagon. You're over here.
No, I've been doing I'm on a side quest right now.
He's on a side quest, a.k.a. he's watching romance animes. A.k.a. did I watch 2 romance animes since last weekend? Yes.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
I saw you queued up. You and I are polar opposites. I haven't watched it yet. But
freaking great, Derek. It's freaking great. It's freaking great.
Oh, the Gen Z speak in there too, because I saw one clip of the dub and I'm like, it's brain rots.
It's so good. Like, it is so cute. The music is great. Like, just all the dynamics within the characters, the friend group, and all of that. It's so good.
Mhm.
I highly suggest watching it. You can watch it in Japanese. You can watch it in English. Both are great. And also caught up on all of smoking behind the supermarket with
The
you.
supermarket with you, yeah.
So freaking good, Derek. Oh my God. I like, guys, before I started watching that one, I was like, I'm never going to watch a romance anime. And then I watched that one and I'm like, just like, dang. And I got Amy on it and then we're like, oh, we need to watch another one. And then I was like, I've seen bits and pieces on TikTok of Polar Opposites and I was like, well, let's try it. And then watched all of season 1. We were like episode 3 of season 2 so far. Great. But this, yeah. Amy says Polar Opposites is so cute and Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You is really good too. It is.
See, this is what I do to you. I culture you, Zach.
Yeah. But we'll talk about what we've been watching on our other show, Eat Sleep Anime, because I'm not going to let Derek off on this one, okay? I have been playing video games, y'all, and I played a good chunk of Death Stranding 2 over the weekend. And Derek, this huge pivotal moment happens, okay?
Okay.
And
another one? Because I know you said you got to the big, 30-minute cutscene that Kojima's known for.
Dude, got another one. It was like 30, 40 minutes. And there was like multiple of them back to back to back. And I was just like, okay, all right.
See, this is why when you play Kojima games, you do it when you have nothing lined up within a short time span. Because if you hit one of those, you will be late to whatever event you have planned.
Yeah, and thankfully now you can pause them because I remember Metal Gear Solid 4, you couldn't pause it. And I remember I got a phone call when the last cutscene was happening. The last cutscene's like almost an hour long, and it was my mother wanting to have like a full-blown conversation, and I'm just like, woman! So yeah. Anyway,
that's why you just hit straight to voicemail, and then I'll call you back.
True. But you know how it is with mothers and all of that.
Yeah.
But dude, the things that were revealed, I was just like, holy crap! This is, oh my God! I didn't know where we were going with this. Okay, awesome. And then a mannequin pops up, Derek.
Okay.
A mannequin. And then there's a whole musical dance number and a half-naked man covered in tar. And I'm like, what the crap is going on?
Kojima to the max.
I was just like, because the dude's like half-naked, got like unitard bottoms on and dancing around and singing. And like, it's some zany, like, you think that the Alan Wake dance was weird. No, Kojima's like, hold my beer or hold my sake. And he's just like, okay, I'm going to. But was it still good at the same time? Oh, yeah, it was. I was just like, dang, this is so freaking weird. But, you know,
Did you understand anything that was going on? Absolutely not. But you were having a good time.
Yeah. So I played a good bit of that. And then I'm working on 100%ing Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, and I'm close. I'm probably like 10% away. I've got to finish like one area, getting all the activities, and then I've got like a few like smaller things to take care of, and then I'll be there, Derek. I'll be there.
So how going back to Death Stranding 2, how far do you think? How would you say? How far are you from beating the final part of the game, or like beating the game?
I think I'm in the last part. I'm in the last Stranding.
Okay.
And I'm looking it up. I looked it up. 17 chapters. Let's see. Okay, I'm in chapter 14. So I've got
You're in the final stretch.
I'm in the final stretch, and I can only imagine what is about to happen.
Which means you still have 3 hours of cutscenes to watch.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Because now I'm like, oh, I have to go retrek these places. And I'm like, okay, we did this last game. I don't like that trope of like, oh, you have to go back here. You have to, because I just did it one, and now I'm having to do it again. And I'm just like, this is slightly annoying, and I don't think is a great way to tell a story. But I'm not Hideo Kojima. You know, me and him, we hang out, we get chicken nuggies. You know, you might hang out with Cory Barlog and get tattoos and tramp stamps, but me and Kojima, we hang out and we eat chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A because, you know, he loves Chick-fil-A. So
True.
yeah, that's what I've been playing. Yeah, there's some cool things that I want to try out on the emulator side of things. There's one with where they've done with like Pokemon, where it's like 3D looking and like made it look more, not necessarily modern, but like up the graphics and all of that on like the original games. Looks really, really cool. And then there's a new thing for Legends of Dragoon that makes it 4K.
Ooh.
And it looks really crispy. Looks really crispy. So crispy. So I'm really, really excited about that. I know I didn't stream Tuesday, so didn't jump on Halo or anything, but I'm almost like, I kind of want to just play something else at the same time.
That says something, you know what I mean?
You know, yeah. Amy asks, what did you play, Derek?
We've already established this, Amy. It would be nothing.
What did you play, Derek? You know what? I'm going to shout out my wife. My wife plays more video games than I do, and you do.
That is fair.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Amy's like, Death Stranding is too weird. Now, Dan, have you played Death Stranding 2? I know you were the one that really pushed me to play Death Stranding 1. So I'm curious if you had played Death Stranding 2 or not. Derek, in a perfect world, if you were to play a video game, what video game would you play?
Yes, I don't even know it. This, like, I kind of want that itch to go in, because I never went and played the DLC for Horizon Forbidden West, the Burning Shores. So kind of want to just do that just to get that, because when I was updating my things, I was scrolling through all the games, because, you know, if you don't play the games for a while, the automatic updates turn off. So I was just going through and seeing what updated. I'm just like, you know, I never played the Burning Shores. Like, I kind of want to, just to see what happens, just to see if it kind of not retcons the story, but adds any more to what happened at the end of Forbidden West. Because I know we both have already talked about how much that ending just weirded us out, and was just like, what is happening now? Like, what?
Yeah, it was not great. And now with Reddick passing away, you know, it makes it where it's like, are we recasting? Are we continuing the story on? But it seems like we're just getting a bunch of different multiplayer games that do the franchise no justice at all.
Yeah, I know. But hey, we're going full bore with something. It's the best non-multiplayer IP that we could go with.
But now we're getting multiplayer.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, hey, this game never was multiplayer, but we have so much ideas to make it multiplayer that we could try it in these other games. I'm like, okay, sure, go off, I guess.
Yeah. We'll see. Those won't survive, of course. Dan says, no. I have played Death Stranding 2. It was really good. Nice. Derek, I think you would enjoy it.
Yeah. Just you describing that dance. I almost do want to play it just so I could see that in person with the unitard. I'm just like, what is this?
Yeah, I was
this
just
fever
like,
dream?
It was like mannequin, then turned into, I was just like, All right,
Mm.
I'm gonna
You
set
know,
my disbelief to the side here, and I'm just gonna enjoy what's going on.
yeah. You know, you almost want to say, all right, Kojima, donate your brain to science, but then we're all going to be like weirded out when it's like, oh, yeah, he was never on anything. He had no brain damage. Like his brain is just normally functioning. And we're just like, this man was just had weird interests. Okay, cool, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely feel it. Like I would rather have Kojima's creativity than the that Uzumaki manga, like
Oh,
the
yeah,
weird
the anime.
horror.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ugh.
no,
Ugh.
the spirals. No,
Yeah.
no, not about that life. Amy says, I sort the books. I think I need a new one though because I'm starting to get bored. Well, we'll have to get you a
Uh-oh.
new game, baby. Maybe. I'm just throwing this out here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get Amy to play Pokemon for the first time.
Ooh.
I doubt she'll play it, but
Yeah.
baby, there's books hidden everywhere. Which Skyrim, there's books hidden everywhere.
Yeah. The Elder Scrolls.
Dan, to your comment, I purchased Split Fiction on Steam. Would you be interested in playing it on stream? I am interested. We'll chat offline because I have wanted to actually play that. So I'm down. If we can get through it in a timely fashion. That's something that I've been really focused on. Derek is like
Split Fiction is the one that's by Joseph Ferris and Hazelight,
yes,
right?
yes,
Gotcha.
yeah. One thing that I've been focused on is just like trying to get through games quickly, so I don't like lose interest because that's something that I'm really bad about, especially on stream. Because like by the time I got to the end of Expedition 33, I was like, I don't even care anymore. And it was kind of the same way with Yote. I was like, I just want this to end, you know. Just
and
because
maybe
it's
you
like,
wouldn't feel that way if you didn't have to play it on stream. You know what I mean?
yeah, if I had more than one stream night where I played games where I could like keep the momentum, because it would be like I get momentum and then I take a week off from playing it and all of that because yeah, it is what it is. But that is all that I've been playing. Again, Derek is a
poser.
I want to. What am I thinking?
All right. You're looking for creative adjectives. Don't do it.
I am. Derek is Derek, y'all. Dereked it up this week.
Yeah.
Derek it up. Such a Derek. Speaking of Derek's, let's talk about our first gaming discussion of this week. Halo Campaign Evolved reportedly had a troubled development, and this is by Kate Onder over at IGN.
So a new report suggests that Halo Campaign Evolved had a fairly troubled development. According to Rebs Gaming, a popular Halo insider whose reporting journalists have corroborated in the past, the recent Halo remake underwent major changes during its development. Halo Studios works with a bevy of external teams and contractors, something that may have led to issues during Campaign Evolved's development. A studio known as Abstraction was recruited around 2023 to help modify the original game's work and make it compatible with a new engine and new features. Halo Studios opted to utilize Unreal Engine 5, which created issues since the original game was designed on a rather ancient engine known as Blam. Abstraction worked to gel the two together and make it so new element and more all felt organic in Campaign Evolved. The original levels and combat encounters weren't designed for these things, so not accounting for them could have created all kinds of issues. Unfortunately, Rebs Gaming reportedly discovered that Abstraction was prematurely kicked off the remake after Halo Studios imposed unrealistic deadlines and expectations on a technically complex project. Excuse me. The studio wasn't credited in the game's credits, but individual staff members were given special thanks. A source told Rebs Gaming that Abstraction's work was thrown out and redone quickly, which is believed to have caused bugs and AI problems. The insider went on to claim that the studio's hubris led to further setbacks down the line. It was believed that the pivot to Unreal Engine 5 would have made things easier, but that wasn't the case. The team was led to believe by leadership that they could port assets into Unreal. Instead, 100% of those assets had to reportedly be rebuilt in the engine, which the team didn't account for. Rebs Gaming went on to allege that overall mismanagement created multiple obstacles for the team and even led to the cancellation of a multiplayer Halo project as the Campaign Evolved team needed its staff and resources. It's in the final year of the game's development, the team had to crunch in order to get it out on time. Additionally, the game was planned to utilize real-time cutscenes, which would have allowed players to see their custom armor and weapons. Uh, this unfortunately had to be scrapped as the external team working on the game's cinematics, quote, struggled and barely made it in time for release. Now, of course, some favorite buzzwords there: deadlines, crunch. Like, we haven't talked about that in a very long time, thank the good Lord.
Yeah.
But, when I think of deadlines, I'm like, did they have to go through 14 layers of management as well? Just a thought.
It might have been.
But,
Because that was before all the redo.
True. Yeah. Anyway, and you brought it up last week, Zach, when we were talking about your initial thoughts, is how the new missions that they included in Campaign Evolved, like the prequel missions, we'll call it, with Sergeant Johnson and Master Chief, and how the writing felt like very like multiverse saga, Marvel MCU writers, as of late. And this would kind of speak a testament to it, because if they had to rush to get things out and get things done, yeah, you're going to have to sacrifice great writing to meet these deadlines. And I love it when you bring in an outside team and then you treat them like crap. Like, I know they're not internal, they're not in-house. I get it. You don't want to be too friendly to them, because they're not going to, you may not work with them down the road. However, you don't set these kind of precedents on them, especially when they're helping to remake a beloved franchise that arguably put your company, not just the studio, the company on the map back 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So you kind of don't want to screw the pooch, because as I read through this article, they kind of had to rush and get some things out, and like it didn't go well, and they had to cancel a multiplayer part, like, which is fine. I mean, I know the multiplayer part is what people like, keeps people there, but we all know Halo for its campaign and its story and whatnot. So it was kind of par for the course in that aspect. But again, when you do this kind of crap, this is the result you're going to get, and that's why it's come out to, like, when it initially came out, it came out to middling reviews and such, because it's like, hey, good on you, you made it look really great. However, it's not without its issues.
Like, for me, this doesn't surprise me at all.
Right.
Doesn't surprise me. And with working with other teams, like we, at my work, we're currently going through like an amalgamation of two companies into one. We're still separate, but we're together, essentially. Knowing how to treat people and set dates and expectations for accountability and all of that is the starting line of working with the team. And when you're not realistic with dates, you get rush stuff, you get poor results. And that's what they threw everything out, and then they had to start over, and having the thought process, it's like, clearly y'all didn't understand going from Blam, which is, like you said, was the original engine, to Unreal. It wasn't just like, oh, we can just port it over.
Yeah, you can't just copy and paste it.
Yeah, it's like, there's so many times when I've been sold a bag of goods. It's like, oh, yeah, with this, you could totally this AI will edit everything for you.
It's like, because that never goes wrong, right?
Yeah, it never goes wrong. It's like, no. And the same thing here, and having to crunch, having to do all of that, having to cut out specific things, and then not even crediting a studio, like it did credit some of them.
Yeah,
but it's like,
that's going to be another lawsuit, because what was it? Was it EA or something that like the music composition and sued them, like sued the company or whatever, and was just like, I just wanted my name in the credits. I forget who that was. Maybe it was no, it was Marathon. Marathon. It
Mm.
was somebody at Marathon that that they weren't included in the credits, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna sue you. And it was such a legal battle that there was like Sony was just like, fine, we'll put your name in the credits. That's all he wanted.
Mm.
That's all he wanted. Probably wanted more, but that's all he wanted.
I don't know. And like, I'm looking at Metacritic right now with this, and we're sitting at 81, which is okay. It's a B.
Yeah.
We're almost at a C.
Yeah.
5.7 as an average for
Ugh.
the user score.
Oh, yeah, the Open Critic or what? Yeah. Ugh. Ugh.
So for me, it's like that tells me a lot. I've only played the bonus missions at the moment. Yeah. And I do want to play more of it, but I want to play with some people to make it more enjoyable. Yeah. Because
also, I mean, it's you've played other than the new missions, you've played this story before.
Yeah, and the gameplay just does not feel tight. I would love to go back to Master Chief Collection and play the anniversary version of this and compare and see, okay, we're playing on the Blam engine compared to the Unreal 5 engine. Is it a more tight experience with the gameplay compared to what we're getting in Campaign Evolved? Now, I will say there are some interesting things that we've got added to this with, 4-player co-op compared to like 2-player and everything. So there is some good stuff here, but overall for me, this does not surprise me. And I think that this is just me, going off of the score and everything. Yeah. Unless this does really gangbusters, I think this is where we see the end of this like remake, for the series goes.
And I know I talked about in the quick hits last week that I think it was depending on the sales of this one, but they were already like have at the like pretty much finger on the trigger to start remaking 2 as well.
Well, and like you look at like Anniversary Edition, it sold pretty well from what I remember.
Right.
I'm looking it up, but this I see some people talking about it, but I don't think people are as excited about it as,
Well, and it's also a multifold thing because with all the things going on at Xbox, is this hurting game sales? Because I mean, the Doom Dark Ages DLC came out, and it just felt like a, for lack of a better phrase, a fart in the wind. It just came and went. Like people talked about it for a minute, and then it went away because what happened on that day? It let a bunch of people go, and they couldn't even put a memoriam on the wall in the, as HR came in and was like, you could put this in the break room or whatever, but you're not putting it here. And they're like, okay. So I think with all this cloud of negativity hovering over Xbox, and I know they're going through a reset. I know hopefully it'll be for the betterment of the company down the road. But regardless, like thousands of people lost their jobs. And I think just right now, everyone's just like, between like everyone, I feel like is going to jump on the Nintendo bandwagon until Nintendo does something screwy, because it's like, all right, let's go to Xbox is doing some shady stuff with their employees. Let's jump ship to Sony. Sony's like, all right, we're not going to make disc anymore in a few years. All right, we got to jump ship to Nintendo. So it ain't good anywhere.
Yeah, it's not great anywhere. Combat Evolved Anniversary sold 2.43 million copies. Wow. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It is a dip from Halo Reach, but
true.
Halo Reach is a new game, was a new entry, not an old one brought back in. But Halo Combat Evolved, the original one, 5.5 million. So it's like you still got a pretty good bit of that. Master Chief Collection, 8.13 million plus.
Wow.
So pretty good. I can't believe Halo 5 has one of the most sells. Can you guess, Derek? Can you guess, Derek, what sold the most?
Like from the original Xbox to now.
Yes.
I feel like by the phrase, I feel like the layup answer is Halo 2, like the original Halo 2. But I feel like by the phrase of the question, Halo Reach.
You would almost be right, Derek, because Halo Reach sold 9.87 million. But you look up here, and our boy Halo 3 with 14.5 million. You had to finish the fight, Derek.
You know
what? To finish the fight.
That's true. And you know what? Good on it. So
I love that ODST as well. 6.35 million.
You know what? And that's fair. You know, maybe because people, I remember dog walked that game like when it came out because like, oh, it's you're so weak compared to Master Chief, and I'm like, well, 6 million people still bought it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and it's
go
like
kick rocks.
It's like, yeah, you're a normal dude. Like you're not a freaking Spartan. Like what do you expect? What do you expect?
It's like going in an unpowered going into a battle with Wolverine. It's like, of course you're going to lose. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Makes no sense. Let's move on to our second story of the game.
What else? The next thing that doesn't make sense.
Grand Theft Auto 6, which we're all, waiting for with a bated breath.
Right.
We'll be getting an extended look premiering on Netflix this month, which makes no sense. This is by Cade Onder at IGN.
So Rockstar has announced that GTA 6 an extended look will premiere on Netflix later this month. Rather than a straightforward GTA 6 trailer number 3, this special event showcase sounds like it will offer fans a far deeper dive on Rockstar's highly anticipated blockbuster. Grand Theft Auto 6, an extended look, will become available to stream via Netflix on Thursday, August 27th at 12 p.m. Pacific, or 3 p.m. Eastern, or 2 p.m. Central Time. Don't have a Netflix subscription? Do not fear. GTA 6 will then become available to watch via YouTube, though not for another 6 hours. Its official debut to stream via YouTube will be up at 6 p.m. Pacific or 8 p.m. Central Time. In a blog post on the event, Netflix described that the GTA 6 an extended look as a, quote, first of its kind partnership between the streamer and Rockstar. The new iteration in the blockbuster series comes 13 years following the debut of GTA 5, the same year that Netflix was beginning its push into original programming. This collaboration represents the next generation of storytelling and content on Netflix. Grand Theft Auto reveals have become cultural moments in their own right, said Brandon Rigg, Netflix's VP of nonfiction series. The anticipation and fandom around GTA 6 is unprecedented, and we're honored that Rockstar Games has partnered with us to debut the next part of the GTA story with Netflix members first. It's a reflection of what we hope Netflix is becoming, a place where the most ambitious storytelling from any medium can find the biggest possible audience. Jason and Lucia, have always known the deck is stacked against them. But when an easy score goes wrong, they find themselves on the darkest side of the sunniest place in America, in the middle of a criminal conspiracy stretching across the state of Leonida, forced to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. The past few months have seen a steady uptick in activity promoting GTA 6 after Rockstar revealed the cover art for the game back in June and opened the game's pre-orders. But while some fans have expected the game's third trailer to debut around the same time, Rockstar instead released a big batch of new screenshots which tease all kinds of new details about the game, but no trailer number 3. And of course, with regards to the end part of that article, it's like Rockstar beats to the beat of their own drum. They don't have to conform to norms, even with their own game reveals. They're like, you know what? Normally we do a trailer number 3 when we open pre-orders or the next trailer. We're not doing that. We're going to give you something different. Now, again, like we talked about it in the pre-show before we started, before we went live that how much money did Netflix have to shell out to get this exclusive look? And I like the callback. It's almost kind of like butt kissing a little bit. It's like, oh, 13 years ago when we got into original content, GTA 5 was premiering, and it only makes sense when we take this new chapter in our life. GTA 6 is the first to be a part of that. I'm like, okay, you know, stop it. Put some chapstick on. Your lips look rough. So
like it doesn't make sense. Like it really doesn't.
no.
This
And it
feels
almost
like
sounds like a glorified Netflix doc. You know, like the whole like trend, like what was it, a couple weeks ago on TikTok was me sitting down for my documentary about whatever, you know, is involving their job. It's like, it feels like Rockstar sitting down. It's like me getting ready for my extended first look on Netflix. It's like, okay, go off, I guess.
You know, if I was Rockstar and Netflix came to me and was like, hey, we want to give you a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, say less.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, more
like,
money to fund or just fund GTA Online? Cool.
Yeah, it's like more money to not pay our developers when we laid them off.
Right.
Good.
Oh, but they were talking about secrets of the games.
Yeah. This just feels like a way for Netflix to make money off of GTA. Yes, is Red Dead Redemption on? Yeah, it's on Netflix. I think at least the first one. You can get it through that and everything. So it's like they already have some sort of relationship with Rockstar. So it's like, okay, whatever. I'm wondering how much money, one, that they paid GTA Rockstar for that. Two, I don't know how many people will subscribe to Netflix to just get the news.
Correct. Especially when they bury, you know, when they kind of shoot themselves in the foot, being like, 6 hours later, it'll be on YouTube to stream. And I'm like, yeah, I know they could say, oh, well, people will see it 6 hours early. In the age of streaming, like in binge watching, like COVID brought back binge watching to an extent. I know more people are like watching at like the episode. I know we're kind of going back in a flux of, give me stuff episodically, especially like when it comes to anime and whatnot. But people still binge watch, and like they don't care. Like, okay, if I can watch it 6 hours later, especially with people's work schedules, they're like, I don't have to get a subscription and I can watch it for free on YouTube after I get off my 9 to 5. Of course I'm going to do that. Like what idiot wouldn't do it? So,
dude, as soon as this goes live, there are going to be people ripping it and putting it up on YouTube before that 6 hours is done. So it's just like, okay, you might make a couple $100,000, but you probably paid millions of dollars to get this. So
you about to say you shelled out dollars to make pennies.
Yeah, you're stepping over dollars to pick up pennies.
Yeah.
So hey, whatever. Good
Netflix
on you.
is going to Netflix. You know what I mean? Like, and then after they do this, they're going to raise subscription prices again because they didn't make the money they thought they would.
Yeah. But Derek, I've been called a communist this week, so you know what do I know?
Put that in your bucket list.
What do I know about business?
I'll say, Kim Jong-un will call you real quick to be your bestie.
Yeah, me, Rodman, and Kim Jong-un hanging out together. We're gonna go see Putin here in a little bit. Oh, well, if you want to escape your corporate daddy, you can do it right here each and every week at the Nerd Cave. We're live on Thursdays. We're live on Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Central Time, to bring you all the good stuff that you want. We also talk about anime. We love anime here. You could literally tell because Derek, he doesn't play video games anymore because he's an anime. He's a weeb. He's a Orochimaru. Okay.
He said it right. I'm so impressed with you.
I know. I'm very impressive, Derek. Guys, go ahead and hit that like button so you don't miss out on anything that we do right here. Now, we're into our third topic of the show, and this is not one that I thought I would ever say. I thought he would be in Gears of War before becoming Kratos.
Right. I think that was
But
a sentiment for everyone.
Dave Bautista as Kratos, and this is by Marcus Stewart over at Game Informer.
Production of Amazon Prime's live-action God of War TV series halted last month after Kratos actor Ryan Hurst suffered a bicep tear while filming. Hurst will require months of rehab following his surgery. Amazon is recasting his role. Variety reports that Dave Bautista may be filling those shoes. According to Variety sources, Bautista is in talks with Amazon to portray Kratos in the upcoming series. Bautista, a former WWE star, is best known for portraying Drax in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise and the wider MCU, but has notable roles in the Dune series, Blade Runner 2049, Glass Onion, Knock at the Cabin, Army of the Dead, The Killer's Game, and is set to appear in Roadhouse 2 and Highlander. Bautista is no stranger to the world of video games as he appeared in Gears 5 as a model swap for Marcus Phoenix after the actor campaigned to portray the character in a movie. Deadline has previously reported that 4 episodes of God of War has been filmed at the time of Hurst's injury. It's unknown if those episodes will ever see the light of day. The rest of God of War's cast so far remains the same, which includes Callum Vinson as Atreus, Ed Skrein as Balder, Max Parker as Heimdall, Olafur Dari Olafsson as Thor, Mandy Patinkin as Odin, Alistair Duncan as Mimir, Danny Woodburn as Brock, and Jeff Gulka as Sindri. The series will adapt the 2018 God of War and game and has received a 2-season order. Now, Zach, obviously, we talked about Ryan Hurst getting injured, I think, in our quick hits last week. Prayers go out to him for a speedy recovery on that. But again, and not to pour salt in the wound, so to speak, when this was first unveiled that he was going to be cast, people were kind of mixed. It's like, yes, Ryan Hurst is a good actor. We don't know if he was the right fit for Kratos. Like, some people even campaigned he should have been the pick for Thor in essence. But I know Olafsson is going to be is probably going to knock it out of the park. I don't know if, and the first thought, when Ryan Hurst was injured, everyone's like, oh, what if they get The Rock? I'm like, please God, no. Please God, no. Like, it's like Steve Carell from The Office. No. But then my next thought was, what if it's going to be Bautista? And it's this. Now, I'm mixed on that because while I think Bautista was good as Drax, and I haven't seen him in the other things, I know he does well. I don't know if he's going to be. I just don't see him like. Yes, he's got the physique and the build, and I know that was one of the major knocks against Ryan Hurst because he was older, like I think like north of 50 or whatever, like maybe even into his 60s. And so he wasn't as fit. But again, this version, the Norse era Kratos, you just want a dad bod, and Bautista does have that. I just don't know if he has the acting chops for that emotion. Now again, I have not seen anything with him in it outside of Guardians of the Galaxy, so I'm going to defer to people who have watched him in stuff like Blade Runner and Dune and whatnot, and maybe he does have the chops to do it, but I just don't know if he has those chops to give those same line deliveries as Christopher Judge in the video game. And I know it's apples to oranges because TVs and movies are always going to be different than other forms of media that we see something in. So again, I think he has the physique for the Kratos that we will get in the Norse version. I just don't know if he will be up to the same portrayal of delivering a Kratos. And I know there's already talks about in the second season about recasting Atreus and Thrud.
Yep.
I think I have it and again, they're older by the time Ragnarok happens. So
yes.
So you want to, and if you're going to film, a year or two after the first season airs, they're not going to be old enough to hit that, pinpoint. So you're going to want to hire actors who are a little bit more in that age range. So that makes sense. So, but again, I don't know. I'm probably the odd man out on this. People probably are going to love the fact that Bautista's, if he does land, like I know he's in talks right now that's not official, but if he does land it, I know people will probably be excited. I'll be cautiously optimistic about it.
I was not expecting it. When I did the thumbnail,
you're expecting him in a different GOW game.
Yeah, exactly. But when I did the thumbnail tonight, I was like, kind of looks pretty boss.
Yeah.
Did you see the thumbnail tonight?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I
So
was like,
yeah.
dang, that's pretty boss. But I do agree with you. I've only seen him in Guardians of the Galaxy and in Glass Onion. And what I got in Glass Onion was kind of even not a stupid version of him,
Yeah.
not a emotionally deep and like reserved person.
Yeah.
So I feel like it is going to be challenging, but at the same time, it's like, how many times have we seen comedic actors finally get a role that is challenging to them and they knock it out of the park? I think about Robin Williams
Very
with
true.
like Centennial Man, or
Mm-hmm.
Jim Carrey with I think it was Seven. You know, it's like
Mm-hmm.
you get these roles where it's like, oh well, that doesn't make any sense. Val Kilmer with not Val Kilmer, um Kevin Cotton. No, God, what's the first 89 Batman? Um
Whoa. Adam West?
no, that
No.
was
George
um
Clooney?
no, dude,
Barking up the wrong tree, I know.
your bar, yeah. Michael Keaton. There we go. Michael
Ah,
Keaton was a comic actor. He played Mr. Nanny before Batman.
I forgot about that.
So it's like I remember people, you know, like doubting that. I
Mm.
remember Kevin Smith talking about people doubting that on Fat Man on Batman and everything, and then knocked it out of the park and set up what superhero movies would be for the next, you know, 20 years or so.
Yep.
So this could be something good, but it could, like, I will say nothing against Ryan Hurst or anything. This
Yeah.
image right here made me like, just don't do this. Don't do this show at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
And even Atreus, nothing against the kid that's playing him. This just looks like a dad LARPing with his son.
Yeah.
You know?
And again, if this was like some newer studio that just wanted that got like rights to a big IP as their first big break, I'd give them a pass a little bit, because it's like, all right, but this is Amazon. Like, you've got
Yeah.
money to burn for years, and it's like, this is the result you go with. Like this is you thought this was it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, when you already have such a success with Fallout, like Fallout did
Yes.
amazing, looked great, and you have like Walton Goggins in there, which I think is amazing as the Ghoul, and
Mhm.
you have Lucy, I can't remember her name, um the main character, one of the main characters in
Mhm.
there, but you gotta have two unknowns to a degree. Yes, the female main character has been in other things, but it's like, you don't have big named actors. And when you are bringing in like Bautista, he's known for a certain type of role. You know,
Yes.
it's more, it's like, yeah, he's ripped and all of that, and he can do the action side of it, but you know, it, to Dan's point, Kratos is the antithesis of comedy
Yeah.
for the most part. Yeah, I don't want a Kratos that sounds like what I got with Master Chief, with these bonus missions and everything. Amy
Mm.
says, oh man, getting booted over an injury, that sucks. Yeah, I think a lot of it came down to like how long it would take him to heal, and they didn't want to
Yeah.
wait
They were
on
like,
all of that.
especially like if it was like before like they started filming, I think they would have just waited it out and just waited for him to come
Yeah.
back. But again, they're 4 episodes deep at this point. It's like, we need to continue this. Like, we need to keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, especially when you have cast and crew and all of that,
Yeah.
you're burning money at that point. Is
Especially when you got locations locked down for set time frames. So
yeah, yep. Having been on much smaller sets and everything, like time, like you're burning daylight, and that is
yep.
yeah, you don't want to wait around on that. And I agree with this. Christopher Judge, I would love to see as Kratos.
1,000%.
Like he's got the physique as well. He's not as ripped as Dave Bautista,
No.
but he's definitely large. He's already got the voice,
Yeah.
and everything. But of course, Hollywood's never going to do the thing that we want it to do.
No.
But yeah, I agree. I hope we don't get another Halo disaster because the Halo show was utter trash.
Trash.
So hopefully we'll see this be another Last of Us and not not like a Hitman or an Assassin's Creed or something like that.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. But you know what I can tell, Derek? I can tell you that the end is here. EA has finally been acquired by trio of investors, and this is by Marcus Stewart over at Game Informer.
Pretty much a year ago, Electronic Arts announced plans to be acquired by a trio of investor groups, taking the once publicly traded company private. The acquisition is now complete in a move EA claims will position it to, quote, accelerate creativity and innovation to shape the future of entertainment. In a press release, EA shares that its acquisition by PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners, collectively known as the Consortium, has successfully closed. PIF is the public investment fund of Saudi Arabia, which already had a minor stake in EA for years. Silver Lake is a multi-billion, with a B, dollar technology investment firm. Affinity Partners is a Miami-based investment firm founded and run by CEO and former White House senior advisor Jared Kushner, son-in-law of President Donald Trump. The consortium acquired EA for $55 billion with a B, which is the largest all-cash sponsor take private investment in history. Quote, this moment recognizes the extraordinary people whose creativity, ambition, and passion have made EA one of the world's leading interactive entertainment companies, said Andrew Wilson, chairman and CEO of Electronic Arts. In the press release, we're entering this next chapter from a position of strength with partners who share our vision and ambition. Together, we'll invest boldly, accelerate innovation, and build the next generation of games and experiences for the hundreds of millions of players and fans who inspire us every day. As previously reported, the completion of this transaction means EA stockholders, such as Madden, EA stockholders who approved the acquisition last December, received $210 cash for each share of EA common stock they owned as of the closing. EA stock has been delisted from NASDAQ. The future of Electronic Arts is unclear. While its annual sports franchises such as Madden and Football Club will undoubtedly continue as planned, the future of the other studios and projects remain in question. For example, it's unknown how this acquisition affects BioWare in its upcoming fifth Mass Effect game, or Motive Studios' long-awaited Iron Man. The third Star Wars Jedi title is also reportedly in the works at Respawn Entertainment. In 2026, EA's slate of upcoming releases include Madden NFL 27, Football Club 27, NHL 27, and Star Wars Zero Company. And so here we are again, with another acquisition. Now, of course, it's going private. And again, they gave Andrew Wilson came out, gave all the buzzwords. This will push our creativity forward, make the games we want to, blah 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 blah. In essence, more microtransactions. There's going to be more invasive and microtransactions and then it'll just multiply into even more with this acquisition. But I think the thing that's not being talked about, and or at least mentioned, I didn't find an article that talked about this essentially, but there's also reports that the employees fear that there's going to be mass layoffs because of this acquisition. Because again, when you get owned by people, stuff is going to be made. Like we talked about last in the quick hits, like how Double Fine, we saw it coming after they got spun off. They didn't get closed. Everyone didn't lose their job, but we knew once you lost it, you're not going to have that Microsoft money to keep all those people that you hired. So layoffs were going to be necessary in that regard. And it's going to be the same thing here. When you get acquired, people are going to, because again, you run into, redundancies with people like, oh, Susie, we have two Susies in HR. We only need one Susie in HR. The other one has to go. So again, there's going to be layoffs coming again. It's only a matter of time. I wouldn't be surprised if it was within the next month that we talk about on the show how many people get laid off by EA. But again, it also is worrisome because how much, yes, they are now owned by this consortium of people. How invasive will their hands be as far as shaping the games? You know what I mean? And be involved in this process, because love it or hate it, like love them or hate them right now, BioWare, like if they're trying to, I know their last outing with the last Dragon Age game wasn't really great. Like it wasn't
Yep.
terrible like Andromeda was, but it wasn't great.
Yeah, it was
Um,
playable at least. I will say that.
Correct. Yeah, but now that they're trying to correct the ship and make a Mass Effect 5, and then what, like the next Jedi game, and there's like a franchise we both love.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Vincent Bella. But what does this mean for that series? Like how much will that, I mean, the sports franchises won't change. I mean, again,
No.
the microtransactions will probably be more invasive, but I mean, it's just going to be copy and paste with those games. But the ones we care about, like the story based ones, and like the ones that we're anticipating, how much will those change over the course of the year? Like I promise you, if they take an Andrew Ryan, let's make everything live service now to recoup some of this money back, I will throw everything electronically at the wall. So
I think that this is going to open the door for some things that will shift the industry once again, because
yep.
we look at Overwatch back in the day, it really opened up the microtransaction, because before that, all we really had was like DLC. We had the cosmetics to a degree, horse armor. And then we saw the loot boxes become a thing. And then we saw EA go after loot boxes with Battlefront and all of that. I think this
that didn't ruin that game at all, did it, Zach?
No.
You didn't make a tirade video about that back in the day at all, did you?
I feel like every video back in the day was me tirading against microtransactions. But I look at this and it reminds me of an article over on thegamebusiness.com, and y'all should go check out Christopher Dring. He's doing amazing work, a lot like Jason Schreier, but he talks to the ad boss over at EA called Alexander Dow, and brought up some very interesting things here within this, talking about in-game advertising. And I think we're going to really see a uptick, because EA has been kind of pushing this for a long time. We've seen it in racing games. We've seen it in sports games. But Dring was talking about how can this go beyond just the
Plus
potential
Ultra?
of Plus Ultra, going beyond the potential of just sports games. And I'll just read just a little clip for y'all so y'all can understand here. EA is more optimistic on the potential, but much of what the company has shared is around EA Sports, football club, college football, Madden, and Skate. They go on to ask, what is the potential outside of sports? And Dow said it has to make sense for the game. It's easier to imagine what that looks like in sports, because what you're really trying to do is mirror the real world experience. But if we pull on that thread, how do we actually understand what the players want, the progression, and can brands be a part of that experience? Take the activation we did in The Sims with Coach. The Sims is not a sports game, but we understood that the Sims community wanted. We did some surveys to understand what type of brands would they actually want to see in the game. Where is there a good overlap in the audience? And if the brand were to come in, what's the right way for them to do it? And what we did with Coach was democratize access to their products. The Sims community, Coach, didn't want it to be a paid product in the game. They wanted to drop their entire product line, put it in front of the community, and surprise and delight them. When we did that, the socials blew up. Everybody was talking about it. A bunch of our gaming creators were talking about it. They were really surprised and happy that it was made free, which is huge. And then the media and everything picked it up too. If done appropriately with the right brands and with the right title and understanding what the players ultimately want, it can drive that type of experience. But it's a bit of nuance title by title to make sure that it's going to get it right and doesn't feel random. Now, all that to say this, Derek, how many people do you think bought Coach because of that?
I'm sure it was either it's there's no in between. I'm sure it was hardly any to a lot.
Now, I don't know the numbers on this, but
Okay.
from all my time on doing marketing for the
Mhm.
companies that I work for, the more you put out goodwill and the more you put out, like, just getting your name out there, because everybody knows Coach.
Yeah.
You know what? And it's like, Coach is not cheap. Uh,
No.
I don't know off the top of my head how much a Coach purse is. Let's see, 219, 119 is what it's looking like. Just kind of starting out. So, Derek, what if I said, okay, you've got your Sims and everything, and you've really been looking at that Coach bag. Well, guess what? You got that Coach bag. You got those Coach shoes. You got blah, 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 blah. And your Sim is styling and everything. And you see that every time the game comes on. How
Yeah.
much is that worth to Coach?
Oh, I'm sure it's a pretty penny.
Probably a lot, because you are getting so many touch points with this group of people that probably wouldn't buy Coach normally. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But you're getting tons of touch points every time you turn it on, every new character, and all of it was free. That's a lot of goodwill. And all you
Yeah.
had to do was get some digital assets into this game. And people love The Sims, Derek.
I know.
And my God, does Sims 4 love charging for stuff? But hey, you get Coach for free, a real brand. Dude, this is going to be such a huge change in what we're about to experience. Brands are going to be paying out the wazoo. You're going to see Fortnite not only taking characters, because dude, they're getting paid money every time we see a new character in Fortnite for a movie or a TV show or whatever it is,
Mhm.
or a game crossover. They're getting paid money. It's advertisement, and it doesn't have to be Taco Bell, Live Moss, ding, and then you go
Right.
into let me pick my play. You know what I mean? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
this replay is brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
I know, dude. I promise you, if in the next Jedi game I see, oh, this Star Destroyer is sponsored by Spirit Airlines, I will literally go burn EA to the ground. I promise you.
Again, there will be ham-fisted approaches to this.
Oh yeah.
There will be ham-fisted approaches to this, but if they do it the right way, it will actually be something that could push products in the most interesting way that we've seen in video games in a very, very long time.
Hmm.
Do I like that? No, I do not like that. Okay. Because I want video games to be video games. Okay. That's
Yep.
the communist in me, Derek.
How
That's the
dare you, Zach?
communist
How dare you
communist me
expect
ending.
that?
I don't want to be. I don't want to pay $70 for a game and then continue to be advertised to.
And, and you know what else is going to come out of this, right? Eventually, like people are going to be outraged by the overbearing branding and advertisements, and I would say EA, but I also feel like Ubisoft would be right in the mix for like, well, if you buy the gold or ultimate edition of this game, you get it without ads. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to do that either. This is not freaking YouTube Premium or whatever. Get off my lawn.
Yeah, I do not put it past them. There will be a overzealousness on some things, just like EA did with loot boxes and Battlefront 2.
Hmm.
Okay, we know that's going to happen, and then it will correct itself and all of that.
And
This will
you
be
know that's what's going to happen when they go all digital. When PlayStation gets rid of when goes discless, that's when it's going to start. I guarantee you.
yeah. So the way I want to see this, and again, y'all can always contact me. Y'all know my email, okay? Sony, Xbox, EA, whatever. I can figure out how to put stuff in your games to not tick off gamers, okay? There's a right way and there's a wrong way, and we're going to see a lot more of it. Now, I said all of that because this acquisition is really going to push EA into a new and different space. We are probably going to see EA have a bloodbath, which we already have seen. Some of that already happened with the Battlefield team losing a lot of people. You know, I think it was like 150 or something like that, if I remember right. And then we're going to see, because now it's owned privately. And when you buy something for $55 billion with a B, just like Microsoft over there buying Activision for 60 something billion.
Yeah, 69.
They want a return. And guess what?
Yeah.
The easiest way to get a return is to whittle that staff down.
Yep.
So, as much as I'm a commie, okay?
Only losers are empathetic.
Only losers are empathetic. I think we're going to see a huge loss of talent over at EA. And when you only have had really Derek, you can correct me here. I don't know of any other like EA game other than Battlefield 6 and the Jedi games that have actually done well.
Correct. Yeah, no, I think you're right on that.
And like, I know Madden always sells decent and like they keep putting them out and everything, but it's like you have to have more than just those things. You have to have those outliers and everything.
No, that's all they need. You know, they're going to focus on, they're going to take a Microsoft approach. They're going to focus on the core franchises going forward now. Yeah,
that'll make you money. Yeah, let's be Disney here and let's milk the things that make us money, and then nobody wants to watch them.
Yeah.
I am a diehard Star Wars fan, but I have not watched anything Star Wars in a very long time.
Yeah.
So those are my thoughts, Derek. Do you have any final thoughts on EA's acquisition?
I know it's going to happen, but layoffs are going to be inevitable. But when we were talking about the ads, oh my God, just please don't be invasive. Don't, I know it's going to happen, but please, if anyone in EA hears this, please don't be overly invasive with it. Learn from Battlefront 2 about invasive loot boxes. Please don't make that same mistake again.
Please. Also, I'm dropping in the comments right now the article that I was reading from Christopher Dring, just so y'all can check that out. Chris is doing some amazing work on thegamebusiness.com. Go check out his podcast and everything as well. It is rare to have someone, I feel like there's really two that stand out, Christopher Dring and Jason Schreier, that actually do investigative journalism, like that part of it, instead of like, we give our opinions. We get our news from other people, and I want to support people that are doing the Lord's work so we can talk about these things.
You know, if there were PIs for video games, those two would be at the top of the list for sure.
They would. And everything would be in black and white, and they'd be like, they'd say Dame and all of that.
Look at this bra right here.
Derek, were you saying like when they were like firing people, was it Shelly or something like that? What was her name? Susie. What do you have wrong with Susies? Why are you firing all the Susies? I don't
know. Like, that's just the first thing that comes to mind. Johnny, the old example back in the day was like Johnny and Susie. So that's just what comes to mind.
True. Now, Derek, when you are letting go people, you're firing people, do you just let it go by name? It's like, I don't like that name. I don't like that name. It's like anybody that's named, Hector, gone.
Yeah. I'll say, yeah, get rid. I would probably do this some stupid reason just as a joke. Like if it was like a spoof comedy or whatever, it's like, yeah, like let all the Jorges go or whatever. Like anybody named
Kevin.
named Adam. Yeah.
Long running joke for anyone that hasn't been here before. We have a fake Kevin. Everybody's like, why are they hating on Kevin and Jorge and Hector and Adam and Susie? Derek, y'all, that he just lets go of people because of their names.
Yeah,
that's who he is.
I'm trying not to be like you and not be a communist, Zach. Is all I'm saying. I'm not like you liberal sissies and have feelings for people. That is the only. It's a joke, people. Don't take me seriously, please. God, don't take me seriously.
Guys, I'm going to be making a video, and there are going to be some people that hate it, and there's going to be people that love it. But I'm really excited to take on some things that have been happening on our YouTube short this week. But anyway, let's talk about the Patreon. Quick hits, guys. We have a Patreon, just like everybody and their grandmother. I'm sure your grandmother has a Patreon. Okay.
Who, me? If either of them were alive, yes, probably.
Yeah, everybody's got a Patreon, All right. So what you can do over at our Patreon, you can find a Nerd Cave tier that fits best for you. It could be the free one. It could be one that you're just like, man, I really want to support this 1.5 person business, because that's how many people here. Actually, Derek, I do have a little. We might be a 2-person business now. We might be a 2-person business because Amy edited a bunch of stuff for me this week. So if she keeps it up,
there we go.
She might be the other half, a 2-person business. We have 2 halves and 1 whole. I'm
fine with that. So,
but
we
does
be
it
whole
have
again.
Does it have the same ring though? 1.5.
I know we've been going with the same shtick for years now. So I mean, we'll see.
We'll see.
You might just have to lay Amy off, and that way we never become a whole person.
Not doing that. Not doing that. Dan. Oh, I thought you were going to say Amy was pregnant. No. 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 She was editing some stuff for me this week. But y'all, patreon.com/nerdcave. Pick a membership for y'all. It will help us out so much. It means a lot for everybody that has gone over there, got the free membership or one of the paid tiers. So thank y'all so much for going over there. Become part of the ship, part of the crew, and keep the lights and the mics on over at patreon.com/nerdcave. And now it's time for the Patreon quick hits.
Starting off, Assassin's Creed Hexe reportedly won't launch until the second half of 2027 at the earliest. Control Resonant gameplay director confirms its core experience will last around 30 hours. Thimbleweed Park 2 has been announced and will launch in 2028, our first confirmed 2028 game, which is crazy. Pop punk action RPG Stupid Never Dies gets an October 21st release date. The Elden Ring movie has officially wrapped filming, which is crazy because that movie's not going to be due for another year and a half, I think. I'll say March, I think, of 2028. Crazy. NVIDIA graphics cards are about to get even more expensive as the company gets ready to raise prices by as much as 30%. NVIDIA won't be alone as AMD plans to raise prices as well. The RAM crisis is getting so bad, AMD is bringing back its 4 gigabytes graphics cards. Gaming made up just 6% of AMD's earnings this quarter, while Team Red cashes in on AI. The RAM crisis is expanding to motherboards now. This is also very concerning. RAM companies have already sold through their entire 2027 manufacturing capacity, and we're only halfway through 2026. Wild. Sony has shipped 95.3 million PS5s worldwide. Lord of the Rings War in the North remaster chatter heats up as Legacy Edition leaks on Steam DB. Sony is talking to retailers about around the globe regarding its digital-only future. Sony has enough RAM to meet its projected PS5 sales volume for the fiscal year 2026. Super Mario Sunshine joins the GameCube lineup for Switch Online. Elden Ring fans hope for Godwin DLC after From Software shares cryptic social media post. Xbox wants to eventually reach more than a billion with a B people each day. Asha Sharma tells staff that the target is to get halfway there by 2030. Dungeons and Dragons is getting a Star Wars expansion. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth director admits players got a little bit tired of side content. Rumor, God of War TV series is looking to recast Atreus and Thrud for Season 2. Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen director confirms a hard mode is in the pipeline. Final Fantasy VII Revelations director says any possible DLC will likely focus on untold stories. Following that, the Revelations director confirms the Fitz job system is limited to 4 jobs per character. Attack on Titan 3, the video game, gets December 10th launch date. Leak suggests the Steam frame might end up being more expensive than the Steam machine. Microsoft reportedly bringing Xbox 360 games to PC and Project Helix. Rockstar Games kills Midnight Club 5 because it wasn't as big as GTA, ex-designer claims. I mean, how many things are as big as GTA? Just saying. Mafia of the Old Country, Man of Honor expansion gameplay highlights new weapons, missions, and more. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave Direct reveals the true protagonist and plot, details gameplay systems. Action RPG Crimson Moon joins busy September release calendar as it launches September 1st. Naoki Hamaguchi plans to unite Final Fantasy VII spin-offs in Revelations finale. Xbox reportedly planned to continue support for physical discs before its big reset. The Elder Scrolls Online content has been delayed to 2027 following the Xbox reset. Wolfenstein 2009 is reportedly set for a remaster with possible QuakeCon reveal. Beast of Reincarnation dev is planning numerous updates after taking on player feedback. Assassin's Creed Valhalla director Eric Baptizat returns to Ubisoft after 5 years of absence. THQ Nordic Showcase confirmed for tomorrow with Wreckfest 2, Way of the Hunter 2, and more. Moonlighter 2 The Endless Vault launches into 1.0 on September 2nd, with Moonlighter 1 available for free for a limited time. PS5 consoles are now reportedly coming with warning stickers reminding players that physical disc production will end because people will forget and then we'll act like it's not a thing, and then when it ends in 2020, they're like, "Why weren't we told?" Well, Sony's at least telling you now. GTA 5 actor auditioned for 60 roles in GTA 6, but heard nothing from Rockstar. Minecraft is coming to Switch 2 soon with an upgrade path for Switch 1 owners. Xbox is planning its own version of the Platinum Trophy. New capture and achievement features will be coming to Xbox consoles. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is one of 2026 best-selling games, according to analysts. Diablo 4 Switch 2 leak details release date for mid-September, price and code in a box physical release. Beaten Path, a solo-developed tactical RPG inspired by Fire Emblem and Final Fantasy Tactics, announced for PC and consoles.
We also got a new Fire Emblem announced this week.
I know they had the Fortune's Weave Direct, though. Was another one?
No, that was what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Did you talk about that? Fortune's?
Yeah, I sorry. Like, it talked about the protagonist and the story, and then the combat systems. That was one of the quick hits.
I was Googling stuff, so I missed it.
That's fair.
I was Googling stuff. If you're a Fire Emblem fan, okay, I'm willing to give it a try. Okay, tell me which Fire Emblem I need to play. All right, give me one.
I was very tempted. Was it Three Houses? That was the one that came out on Switch 1. That looked really good too.
Yeah. it won't be anytime soon that I play it, but I
Right.
am willing to play it because I've got to get through Octopath Traveler. That one's
Yeah.
my next like RPG that I got to get through and everything. But I'm really excited about playing that, and that Final Fantasy we saw at the Nintendo Direct. It also looks really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of the revelations,
One of the
reincarnations.
R's.
Yeah. I don't know which one it is. Dan says, no. Actually, Derek, read this line from me.
No! I loved Midnight Club. They need to bring it back.
Let's do one more round. One more round.
Okay. No! I love Midnight Club. They need to bring it back.
Okay. Well, you know, I'll have our somebody call you.
I'm trying also not to disturb my neighbors.
The no was good. The no was good. I will
Yeah.
give you that note. The no was good. Dan says, play Fire Emblem Awakening. That's my favorite one.
I know that was on the 3DS, or I think it was a 3DS.
Well, I'll have to look at that one. Fire Emblem Awakening. So I'll remember that.
No, they might have ported it to the Switch. Who knows? They went through porting over so many games during the Switch 1 era that it's hard to keep up with what they didn't port.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I see 3DS. I'll have to look and see if I can play that somewhere.
To
Derek?
Amy's comment, I just saw she's like, half? You calling me a half? I'm like, well, I was gonna, kind of jab at you, Zach, and defend her a little bit, but also it's like the phrase for a married couple is like, yeah, this is my better half. So I mean, I can't argue with that.
I'm not even going to say anything to that. Dan, you're acting like I know who these people are.
Right.
I
only recognize those names from Smash Brothers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hated those characters in Smash Brothers. I was like, why are there so many Fire Emblem characters in this stupid game? I feel like Thanos is like, what's the line, Derek? Give it to me.
Balance, as all things should be.
No. It's like you think I should know you or whatever.
I don't even know who you are.
Can you do me a thing? Give me a Thanos.
I can't get that deep. What are you talking about? I don't even know who you are.
Okay. You would if you played. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I feel like I'm a hater on a lot of things. Smash is not it for me. All right.
It's fair. I mean, I only play it when people have it at
yeah.
When David used to come up for band what was that band thing in February or whatever thing? For all the high schools.
Oh, you're talking about Seuss.
Yeah, Seuss. Thank you. And he would at the hotel. He would always bring his Switch, his Nintendo console or whatever, and he would have Smash Ultimate. That's in those settings. That's whenever I play Smash. Is whenever someone brings it over, it's like, hey, let's play some party games, and Smash Ultimate's on the line, or Smash Brothers in general.
Yeah.
I don't actively seek it out.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know. There are people that really love fighting games, but the fighting games that I love are Budokai, Tenkaichi.
Yeah.
Those are the only fighting games that I actually enjoy. And
yeah,
it's I'll try some of the other stuff.
I'm about to say Naruto, not the Shippuden Ultimate Ninja or Ultimate Ninja Storm, but the Ultimate Ninja, the first 3 Ultimate Ninja games on the PS2 were pretty good too. Because they were more the 2D side, the side by side, the Dragon Ball Budokai games.
Okay, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There was one where you actually would have to do the hand symbols. It was I know it was on a Nintendo console, but I played it on, I think, 360. But it wasn't Ninja Storm. It was something else.
Probably like Broken Bond or whatever it was.
Because it was dope.
Yeah.
And dude, that was the only one I had never watched. I had never watched Naruto at that point.
Right.
So
Believe
that
it.
was it was like, okay, you know, it was just like me playing it, and it was like, okay, cool. I don't know anything about this, but you know, here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. I'm seeing if somebody talks about this. Okay, hold on. This is totally it. I'm pretty sure.
Is that what's his name? And
Yeah, this is it. I don't know what the name of the game is. Why do you not say it, boy? Rise of a Ninja. No, that's a show. Okay, maybe that's it.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, everybody. If you want a game where you actually do the hand signs, Rise of a Ninja is that. So there you go, everybody. There you go. Well, that's the show tonight, everybody. We hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure to hit that like button. And I agree. I liked 1 and 3 of Budokai.
Yeah.
I did not like 2 because of the game board.
The game board, yes. Oh,
no,
it had some decent scenarios like Majin Buu absorbing Cell and Frieza, like they give those different variants for fighters, but I'm like, story wise, I'm like, don't change it up so much. Like, come on, guys.
Now, did I play the crap out of 2? I did.
Oh yeah.
But I liked 1 and 3. I liked 1's like what ifs a lot. Like if Cell like absorbed Krillin instead of 18, and you know, just all that kind of stuff. It was good. Well, there we have it, everybody. That is our show tonight. We'll be back on Tuesday to be playing more video games and all that good stuff. And we've got more content that you definitely want to go check out. We love y'all. This has been Zach
and Derek.
God bless week. Bye-bye.